Hey guys, so we're going to do a reading. First, I'm going to talk about something that seems to be really important for this collective. So, there may be some sort of path that you're trying to go down. So, what they're presenting me with is two lanes down a road, and everybody around you seems to be going down one lane. What you're not realizing is that all of those people are followers, one, but two, it's clearing the path for whoever you are, okay? And my reading, I don't remember what reading it is, but the line where I have it in the notes, sometimes the path of least resistance can lead you down a minefield, okay? So wherever you're going, wherever you're headed, whatever road you are meant to go down, it is not the path that everybody else is going down, okay? And what I feel like this collective needs to realize is that sometimes the path of least resistance can lead you down a minefield. Just because everybody's going down that path doesn't mean that it's the easiest, the clearest, or the right path, okay? It's just because they're following somebody else that did it. Whatever you're doing, you're not going to be following anybody. You're going to be leading down this path, truly, okay? But I feel like they're bringing up FOMO. So there's like something about this collective needing to break out of that feeling like you're going to be left out or something when it comes to whatever you're doing, because once you get down whatever it is and you start whatever this is, people will follow you, okay? The right people. There's also something about, so one of the artists that I follow, because he was wearing a cowboy hat, somebody brought up, country genre. And I loved his response to this, where he basically said, like, it doesn't matter what genre, that I'm not being put into a category. Music is music, essentially. Okay, so I feel like this collective is realizing that they don't need to placate themselves inside of a box, right? You can do anything. So I feel like that was a really important side note for somebody, maybe to give you kind of direction of if you're going down the right path, because it seems like nobody else is going with you. Trust that you're being led in the direction that you are supposed to be going, okay? The other thing is the way that signs are happening is absolutely ridiculous, okay? So yesterday I was doing a crossword puzzle, and one of the questions was a brand of water. Well, yesterday, after I kind of like wrote off the crossword, I had answered all of the ones that I knew and I just needed a break. I'm watching an episode of Shits and Gigs, and because I love James and Fuhat. Well, my sister loves Joey and Binky. So the fact that they got together again is absolutely great. And we started watching it at the same time, which is really weird. But in this episode, they talked about so many things that, one, triggered so many memories, like Digimon and Beyblades. I forget, but I got multiple signs about Beyblades all at once, okay? But the other thing was he starts drinking a bottle of Evian. And I'm like, oh my God, there's no way that that's the brand, the specific brand. And I had already gotten two of the letters and it fit. And I was like, what are the odds? Okay, but that's how I feel like this collective is realizing that signs are being presented towards them. It's like, I don't know if you're starting to pay more attention to whatever this is or what. But yeah, so something about that could be relevant. Something about that podcast. Maybe you watched that podcast recently. Anyway, 415 could be an important number. So I had the dream that I had last year where I believe it was in my June 18th reading, where I was living in two separate places, okay? I'm finally moving out of the old place in the dream that I had last night. And I took my mom with me, so I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you're taking your mother or a mother figure with you in order to pack up and move out of this old place. There's just one room that you have yet to pack up, okay? So there's something that you're going to be asked to reflect on, and I feel like this is going to be dealing with childhood in some way, either your childhood or something around the period of time when you had a child. Something about that is really important. I just lost the ability to speak, apparently. I feel like I had a stroke, but in my notes, there's something important about remembering that the information that you're receiving on a subject is dependent on the informant's side of whatever it is, okay? Ironically, the song that it chose is Rather Be Lonely by David Archuleta. Like I said, I feel like this collective is realizing that like the road that they may be traveling down might be lonely, but they know that it's better for them. It's better to get away from whatever this is, that like this place that they don't belong. And I did see the Queen of Swords, so I feel like there's a need for you, especially with us talking about the King of Swords yesterday, for you to get clear and decisive about what it is that you want. So I feel like there's this realization that like if you're mad at the world, you're gonna attract a hell of a lot of fights towards you, right? Or you're just gonna be in this energy where you're just ready, like it's like being defensive because everybody's attacking you, because you feel that way because you're sitting in that energy. Needing to get clear and decisive about what it is that you want towards you by sitting in the energy yourself beforehand in order to attract that towards you. So they're showing me somebody that like is having a lot of awareness, okay? And when you become aware, you see a lot of the things under the surface, especially of what people are saying, okay? So you may be seeing a lot of arguments in front of you or whatever, but you can see that like what this person is saying is not because of what is happening outwardly, it's because of what they're experiencing. And this person isn't realizing it, but you're sitting here like, if you guys would just realize what is happening under the surface, you would realize how stupid this argument is to begin with, okay? But you're in an energy of realizing that you can't tell people what to do. You can't tell people what you're seeing. You have to allow them to be aware. Yeah, it's learning control, but over the things that you can control, which essentially is yourself, right? Okay, and he said something about control. It's realizing that like you're more aware than a lot of the people around you. Going back to that energy of like somebody realizing that the reality around them wasn't reality at all. It was a lot of fake-ish, okay? And the deck that it chose, ironically, is my traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, okay? Is somebody going to be drunk texting? Yeah, seeing the truth. There's so much clarity happening to this collective. So I definitely feel like, especially going back to that energy yesterday, somebody's having like a dark night of the soul, okay, which can feel very lonely. Whoever this is, King of Pentacles energy. Interesting. Only thing that I got is the pain that you've been feeling. Baby. I'll be drinking too. In the kind of situation. Trying not to think of you. Why is it always happening? Just can't stop myself. Okay, whoever this King of Pentacles energy is, you're a very grounding energy. Interesting. Empress on the bottom of the deck. The truth is hard to fight. As we literally got the Ace of Swords and Death out, okay? There's big transformation from whatever clarity is happening for whoever that King of Pentacles is, okay? Whoever you are, I don't know why, I feel like it's a Russ song where he says, I'm a businessman, or it's Big Sean maybe, I don't know. But whoever you are, you're self-made, okay? And I feel like there's kind of this realization that like you're self-taught. And it's because of the fact that you chose a different road than most people, okay? Was this a harder road? Sure.